gonna go ahead and restart the recording, turn the music down slightly. And let's go back to this mission. But yeah, no, there's a few people that I'll get in for the first and second waves of testing, but let's see. Now we need to build the main area, and then we'll do detail work. So we're going to build this main objective here. I'm going to add some ZEI templating. You know, actually, I want to do that to the other building over here, too. I wanted to add, like, a sandbag perimeter. Wait, what do you mean you don't have it? I just did it on a different building. You bastards. Okay. Well, give me 1 second. Sometimes you just gotta do this shit yourself. Thankfully, it's on a right angle. No, it's not. It's like 1 degree off. Oh, that makes it even worse. What degree pattern are you on? 86? Cool. Where's the short? Cool. This is a 1970 CIA style campaign under a what-if scenario regarding if the Soviets captured a lot more Nazi scientists at the end of World War II and were able to thus get their weapon progression up at a very high rate. This is going to have to be partially folded into the building, which is fine. I just eat 1 sandbag layer, you know? And that way I'm able to have, you know, things like BMP2s in this campaign. Because even though they weren't developed till like 84 or something, I still have them. And then we're going to need a short. Too lazy to do the calculations. I think just by slipping it would be fine, but eh. It's because of all these frickin' sync lines. God damn it. I don't know how chaotic the op will be because of some of the issues I've been having with pathfinding with their custom version of Lamb's AI, but we can dream, you know? Why is it on a downward angle? What? Sir. Yeah, so the 506, they have their own, they make their own versions of everything, so they'll take, like, Lamb's AI and then they'll gut it for their own needs. Because all their mods are local. So you have to download it all off of a Google Drive link. Now, everyone, my opinion on on mods like Lambs for Zeusing is quite clear that I hate it, but I try my best to work with it, but no, fucking sync line. Yeah, no, they're totally slanted. We make do with what we're given, you know? How? How have I butchered this so bad? There. So anything else I want to do? I wanted to put a bunch of sandbags under him. Now I'm just gonna put it down fresh. Would short be better or lawn? It looks like lawn would be better. But how lawn is lawn? Does it go off? Of course it goes off. Why would it be normal? So instead we have to make it off of more assets to utilize corners. And it's still off by a degree. Why? Because life hates us. These lines, these are all the group ID lines for the thingy. Wow, even with corners, I can't win. I just want to do small detail game, please. Have mercy. You know, realistically, can I just... No, because that corner is... Oh my gosh, that's funny. It still creates a gap. Creates 2 gaps. Whatever. That's what you get. You have some holes in your line. I'm sorry. You did your country proud. Also crouch. Tootie, I do not at the moment because I don't do a lot of traveling. All right, now that we spent like 5 minutes doing that. I'm going to cheat on a few of these templates. And now where do I want to put an actual radio tower? Probably in an actual military compound, which would be right here. I'm going to take a few environment hiding triggers because why not? Operate locally. And then this one, we're going to flag everything except the trees because I really don't want a tree going through my main base. You count as a building? No. Wait. What? But... No. No, 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 no. No. But you're a tree. This is supposed to hide you. Do these not count as trees? But the... What? But... Wait, but... Sir! Where's your hitbox? Where... But... Wait a minute. Wait... What? Where's your fucking hitbox? Why is your hitbox there? What? Why? Why is your reference point there? What is this? I've never seen it this bad, Dewako. This is why I drink. This is why I fucking drink. I can't. Alright, let's get through this shit so I can just go take a nap or something to sleep that whatever the heck that is off. Good God, it's another SCP. I guess. You made a forest planting script? Yeah. Yeah. I believe you. I believe it when you say you hated it. Because I can see why. So how's everyone's day as I slowly lose my sanity as usual? You know, what else is new? It's Liru's little BS life. I don't even know what to say anymore, because good God. Let's go ahead and test those ladders and see if that reference point is actually proper, because that's crazy. Are you worshipping me because I'm a turtle? Because don't believe what Broer says. I'm not a turtle, all right? He has no proof. And I've offered him no reason to disprove it, but you just got to believe me, I'm not a turtle. All right? Don't worship me. I'm not a turtle god. I'm just a wee-woo. I mean, hypothetically, if I was a turtle, I'd worship you then. So just tell me what your deity is, and I can get started on that for a friend of mine. But, you know, shrug. You're right, Dewako. I didn't think about that. At that point, I mean, it's a realism group, so I don't really mind. Thankfully, I think I did this one correctly, and then the other one you shouldn't be able to reach from in there. But let's see if we can for the memes. Yeah, thankfully. No hitbox issue here either. Good call. Wait, downstairs? Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no, 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 no. Thank God. This is why I use the short one, because it doesn't let you. Ah. If we used a regular one, we might have been in trouble there, Chief. I think it's going to be the same for this other one here, yeah. But I have it set that way, so. Awesome. It's Brazilian engineering. Yes, alt history Brazilian engineering with USSR help. 1971 colorized. Circa, whatever. Oh, they have the ×2 ladder climbing script. All right. Zibbidoo bop data. Oh, wait, they don't have it set that way? Okay, let's try that again. Whoop. Yeah, no, they don't have enhanced movement. That or my button's broken for it. Either way, it works. That's all I care about. Also, I didn't see that tree. Did you? I didn't at all. So, let's see. Radar. Wrong section. And wrong word to use. Transmitter tower. Tall. Wrong one. Still the wrong one. There we go. Right one. Put that right there. Put the power box next to it. Rotate this by 90 degrees. Now, it's not a disabling, so... we can have the controls on the inside. Get these to where they line up. Excellent. And then the other crazy little details we want to put on.
let's give him a warm.
I think that feels communication-y enough, don't you? I don't know why, but I want to turn this 180 degrees the other side. Cool. Now it's facing outward. I don't know what those doodads do, but I don't want them facing inside. Because reasons. Tropic, I got some suggestions when I posted the VOD up and the main video, and I'm going to try to run them, but we'll see. Alright, so one of these is going to be a Special Forces camp. We're probably going to make it right here. Without the going through the map sort of thing. And I'm going to actually fortify this one a little bit because they give a shit about that. Let's use the... Yeah. All right. I don't know why it's probably a pathing issue. I just... Yeah. By the way, have these all been guys? Yeah, okay. Just making sure they've been set to standing. I have a really dumb idea, but I kind of want to do it. And I'm going to make 2 of them. No, we're going to use the later. Ah, no one is safe from Fort Kickass. Why do I have so many palette textures? Please, just give me a regular one. I'm just in the mood. Now, if any of you have been on the channel for a while, you know what Fort Kickass is, but for those of you that don't know, in terrains like these, I like to set up tree forts. Because it's fun. Really got the idea a long time ago, pursued it heavily while I'm making some Minecraft stuff on the side. Now I just make Fort Kickass. And you don't have that one, and then we layer some sandbags. In the back. too lazy to make support struts this time. We get what we get and we don't get upset. Fuck. What do I got for polls? That'll work. Because, you know, structural support, OSHA violation, you know, you don't want to run into any of that in Arma, right? Plus, these are actual realism players, so they would actually get mad if they were just some random floating shit, so I actually have to kind of care. All right, let's see how dumb that looks. I'm excited. All right. How do you copy paste while turning things? How do you snap things while they're turning 90 to 80 degrees? Wait, what do you mean by that? I could go over how I turn things, but I don't know. What scenario mission did you use with the Splendid Squad? What do you mean by that? I made that from scratch. 9 mission files. 9 versions of the damn mission file until I got something I liked. Ah, fuck me. Fort Kick-Ass. This is like the shittiest version I've made. Okay, so that needs to be pushed a little to the right. Both of those do. Because they're not symmetrical. Let's see if I fall through. That's my favorite when I accidentally fall through the damn thing. Ladder can be jerked a little to the left. And I don't fall out. Excellent. Oh, Fort Kick-Ass. I love it. See, I think it was first when I played Vietnam Ops and I got inspired by the sniper trees they'd make, so I just start making my own little sniper trees. A little bit of clipping for this tree, but that's to be expected. Fort Kick-Ass. Alrighty, so to maneuver, we just hit the 2 button, so at transformation widgets moved. I drag that over these 2. I can just select these 2 symbols, drag that a little over. Let's copy the entire thing. We're not going to do that just yet. First off, so it doesn't mess around and make sure that the vertical mode is set to that flat line and the surface snapping is turned off, meaning it goes through the line. I then do Control-C, Control-Shift-C. It copies all items in place, and then I drag it to where I want, in this case being over here. I'm going to rotate it 90 degrees and hope it doesn't completely break everything. Sometimes it does because certain reference points, but it looks fine. And then we're going to drag this tree in the middle of it and Fort Kick-Ass. Yay, spaghetti. And turn these on because I want to surface snap these units. Why? Because super special forces build tree forts. Okay, that's just how it works in my universe. They go tree fort. Yes, perfect. And there's not really any other trees to make them out of. That one's a little too thick. I can make like an extension, but it's like, nah. The trees are moving? Yes, because there's always wind. Because that's how it works. How do I turn exactly 90 to 80 degrees? Simple. All right, I take a unit, I put it down. I hit the 3 key. Also, it's known as the rotation widget. You can click that. I then go to this. I click it. I click the drop-down box. I set it to 90 degrees, and then whoosh. And then when I don't want that, I can either turn it to something else, or I can just turn that off entirely and go whoosh. That's how I do it. Thank you for coming to my Liru talk. All right, so for the rest of everything, let's start building things. So where would I want to put a squad leader? Probably a squad leader liaison in the Spec Ops base would be smart. Let's say he was talking to... No, I want to keep those hidden. I mean, those aren't really hidden. Those are going to get spotted immediately. Let's say he's talking with Siegfried over here. I don't even know if that's a Brazilian name, but I don't care. Let's put another one in this command area. Another one in this administrative building. And another one in this compound. Right there, actually. That would be better. I'm going to skip over to the engineers. Because I'm going to want a few of you actually around the tower here. Because you're in charge of maintenance. And I'm debating if I want to use that area as a vehicle depot. What would work well as a vehicle depot? Yeah, that area, in all honesty. So I'll put a guy right there next to fuel. Stuffs. What do we got? Medium machine gunner common. We're going to put in a few of these towers. I'm too lazy to fortify the tops of those, so I'm just not going to use them. We'll put another one up here. One in this bunker. We'll do a fourth one in this tower over here. Medium machine gunner rare. We'll do 2. One right there overwatching that road, which... Wait, why does this vehicle... No, wait. Why? But why? I guess someone would reply with why not, but I'd still want to know why. That's so silly. I'll put one in that tower. Okay, marksmen are going to go on the remaining towers that exist here, and then some points of high ground. Put one there, put one over here. Snipper. We'll do one up here. Where'd you go? Sir, no. Don't give me that reference point bullshit glitch. I copied you. I want you. Get up there. Thank you. I'm doing infantry placement first, and then we'll add to the vehicles. Sometimes I do vehicles first, sometimes I do infantry. So the other base we did, I did vehicles first because it was all tight together, but this one's kind of... Everything's willy-nilly, so it's a little hard for me to fully visualize everything. So I do infantry first, and then I build on top of what already exists. Oh, I have another... Fuck. Boop. All right. AT. AT would be overwatching the roads that come in. And a fallback position on the main area overwatching the road, so we'll put him there and the AT guy there. And we'd have another one about right here. Because I try to actually logically place where all my units would be. Combat medic. This is where we could actually put a good handful down. We'll do one right there. Anywhere where I can put CCP. So really any building. Anywhere where there's a buildup of areas. This bunker complex, we'll do one back here. We'll do one on that corner. And we'll do one in there. And then the rest are riflemen. I say things wrong on purpose. It's just a way to amuse myself. I'm so sorry. I always love the people in my my comments that always complain about the smallest little things I do, like I mispronounce things, or, you know, it looks like I'm messing around, or I'm just, you know, doing my thing. And it's like, yeah, well, after you've done this for 5.5 years, sometimes you have to come up with some little crazy, insane ways to keep yourself entertained. That's what I do. Also set up some minefields, but that's going to really mess with any patrols that I want to put down. Yeah, we're going to put an asshole punisher here. That is my slang for something that is really, really mean. And I put it down because I'm an asshole. I got that term from Warcraft 3, Footmen versus Orcs, the one tower that's by your base to prevent anyone from spawn camping you. Okay, these are actually really big sandbags. Blocks the window. You can't shoot him. Oh my god, wait. Give me a short. Yeah. Yeah. So, Dewako, normally I don't. I do for MCOs where there's a shit ton of players on the server, but I found that if you don't fly over to the area early on, it doesn't render them onto the mission just yet. Which is why I also don't pre-build patrols, because then it forces it to run on the mission. But if I find that there's any issues, I usually just manually control simulation on units. And then when they start coming towards that area, I'll re-enable the simulation. Because I don't like anything that does dynamic simulation on stuff, because I found it to be really glitchy at times. Such as, if it's vehicles, for example, sometimes it disables player simulation when they get inside. It doesn't enable properly. It gets really messy. I tried for 3 months back in, like, 2019 or 2018 to make it work, and it didn't always work for me. A shielded M2, I'm going to give him a little bit of a chance, but, you know, you're right. Why should we give them any chances? It's the 506. They can handle it because they have a really easy medical setup. Where's FIA? Let's go. And we'll put a frickin'... Yeah, we'll put the holographic scope on it, too. Everything burns. Everything burns. That's fair, Dewako. I would also say I'm just not... how do I put it? I'm used to every Zeus, once you start, you know, doing stuff for a while, making missions, Zeusing for communities, you kind of get set in your own little style. So sometimes it is hard to adapt, but nah, that would be something interesting to look into. Especially for my MCO framework, where we're juggling anywhere from like 70 to 100 players on the server for a Zeus mission. Those get messy. It's taken us like 8 or so MCOs to get it right, but now we're on MCO 11, so... Say okay. Yes, the respawns, that was the first thing I fixed before I even started streaming in the other stream before we went to this one. I know it is a very advanced M2, but I also have the players using M16A4s because their mod set's very limited for anything in a Cold War setting. So that's why the whole cover story for this was... It is alt reality, weapon technology has gotten a little more advanced because of circumstances with the Soviet Union, blah, blah, blah. But hey, part of the fun. Hey, what's that? How you doing? That's corner camp. I'm debating minefields, but I'm not sure if I will. All right, let's do an aerial check here. Bunkers, I want to have at least 2 or 3 people per bunker. Leaning on 2 because of the amount of AI I already have down. Entryways, I want to have proper levels of guardsmen on. Put a dude in here for the lulls. I think that's good. So because these are all garrisoned AI, I'm going to take these guys, move them out for a second, and then I can all group them up because they're all tied to one garrison. And that also helps save frames. You just have to remember, if you want to RC stuff, to break them from the garrison and then RC, because otherwise it breaks the garrison of every unit. There's no AA-12s in this mod set. Let's give them a warm welcome, shall we? As what's that saying? Generally, for Zeusing missions, because here's the thing: if you have, if you're having a mission with no Zeus, scripting is the way to go because that's how you automate everything. But if you have a Zeus, the Zeus can do a lot of stuff that scripts can also do, but you want to minimize the amount of scripts you do because they can either take control away from the Zeus, which gets annoying, or they can break things if they, you know, run into features that the Zeus does. So you got to be careful with all of that, and it's really just up to trial and error to see what works and what doesn't. And unfortunately, for most of my player bases, they're a bit spoiled. So if something breaks, I get yelled at a lot. Whereas, you know, other communities will go and play on the ground. Literally everything will break, and everyone's so, like, you know, nice and forgiving to the Zeus about it. I'm like, Jesus, guys. It's like, I wish I had more of that. Damn. I do agree with Dewako, though. Once you have mastered Zeusing and you have, like, your lines defined, your comfort zone, and then you go into something full-time where you... How do I say it? It's not like that. Where you have the time to do it, then scripting with Zeusing is the way to go. Because that really... Zeusing's the final doorway that opens up everything for you. But... Yeah, I know, what's that? But the thing that... The reason that you don't see a lot of that is because that is also the most time-consuming way to do missions. And there's very few people in the world that have the time to do stuff at a quantity. Okay, no, at that quality period, but at that quantity at least once a week. And the only reason they have that time is usually because they either have money already or they make a living doing it. I fall into the latter category. Even though I still... How do I do it? I have a script package I put in every one of my missions, a custom description extension file, a Zeus tracer script ripped from the Bohemia spectator mode for debug reasons, also because I like the tracer effects. And then a few other things depending on the mission. Depending on the campaign, I'll have something custom made, but... You know, it just bumps everything up, but it also increases mission file sizes, which, fun fact, after, you know, a year, can bloat out your servers, so you got to be careful. So as I'm speaking, I'm also looking at this place every single way. I think I'm good for what I want in terms of a base garrison, so I'm now going to grab... I'm going to look at my vehicles. We don't really have any place for, like, a heliport, unless I wanted to clear some space out, which I technically could... I do it here, but we have this nasty slant. But I have some space right there. I think we could put a Huey there. So let's do a Huey gunship. 113 is also put down a 19. Russian Vics are supposed to be a bit more on the rare side. But since this is like a centralized communication base, it would be more common. Was there a place up there for me to do artillery? If I trim these 2 trees, then yes, but nah, too lazy. Oh, welcome, Santa Maribo. Yeah, thanks, what's that? I appreciate it. Well, Dewako, it's all... I mean, what are you disagreeing with, actually? Something I bet what's that said, and it's not letting me scroll up to check. But, yeah, you have to balance... There's so many things you do have to balance in Arma, because you don't want a too massive... You want a mod pack that's big enough to encompass everything you want to do, but still small enough to where your players aren't going to take, you know, 2 to 5 minutes to reboot into the server in case they crash out. As well as some mods take forever to boot, period, like the Starship Trooper Opposition mod, because it runs a blacklist script because they hate certain people. That's a story that I don't even want to get into, but it's so funny to go over those details. You want to balance the mission file. If you have too many scripts, then the mission file CPU is going to get throttled and the AI aren't going to do shit. Like, they'll just stare at the players and just go, hey, what's up? And then get shot because they can't register to shoot. And then you want to balance your mission files themselves. You don't want to have too much AI down at once, depending on if you have so many players down. But you don't want to also overcomplicate everything, and it's just a mess. I would say there's a higher demand. Actually, that's a catch-22. There is a higher demand for player bases, but there's, on top of that, a higher demand for good Zeuses. There's a lot of people that want to learn how to Zeus, but to learn that, there's two different things you got to learn. One, how to Zeus in general, and two, how to Zeus for the specific community that wants you to Zeus. Usually when I look through Reddit Find a Unit, I find a good mix of mainly posts of people recruiting for their units, but then, you know, once every few days, a post of, or like a batch of people saying, hey, I'm a Zeus looking for a unit, because that's what they want to specifically do. But everything takes time. Everything, it takes some adaptation to learn. And again, I still think I'm not the best Zeus in the world, because the best Zeus knows how to adapt to every single situation. That's just impossible. You just have to keep constantly learning, constantly shifting, constantly taking feedback, and from there you might make it. I'm gonna have a T-55 in the compound. Again, I'm on the fence about minefields, but we'll see. I'll probably have a handful further out. I'll just mark them with signs. And then there's the matter of what vehicles do I want to put where and for what purpose. So yeah, the bigger road, definitely like a BMP2 overwatching. We can have it in the middle, kind of on its own thing. That way it's isolated. I can put a gun car up here, have that loaded. And security-wise, we can have a truck right here, ready to pull off on the road to block it. This road's a little too big for something like that. We have a storage area over here, so I can layer a few Vics there. It's a bit of a wide turn, though. I think it would be better for 113s. We're going to put an HMG and a GMG down. And these are also things that I can take out and, you know, garrison with infantry and use against the player should I choose. So I'm actually going to layer the trucks in a different spot. We're going to put these two back here because that turn is a little wide. Instead, though, first off, I'm going to hide that palm tree. I'm going to hide actually a few things here. You can hit 5 or the button up there to switch the area widget. Oh, please, please have a proper reference point. I don't need more of that shit today. Oh, there's always... I don't think there's any such thing as good and bad feedback. No, that's a lie. Okay, good feedback is when you go into detail of what you liked or didn't like about an op. You give specifics. Bad feedback is when you just say, yeah, it was a good op, or it was a bad op, and then don't provide specific details because a Zeus can't grow from something lacking in details. Feedback is really important. Too much feedback only gets too much, in my opinion, if someone just starts going about their personal preferences. I really like this, I really like that, blah, blah, blah. But they get really niche about things. But at the end of the day, it's up to a Zeus or mission maker to learn how to take that feedback and how to process it and realize, okay, this is feedback that actually needs to be addressed. This is feedback of, okay, I didn't like the mission concept, but it's needed for the mission concept, and most people liked it, so I don't have to regard that. And then this is all just, meh, I don't have to care. My favorite is when someone's in a bad mood, and they, like, completely crush your op over, like, the smallest things, like, this was a 1985 op, and I had this one type of site, but instead it should have been this type of site, and, oh, it made the op literally unplayable, blah, 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 and it's like, okay. Sure. Granted, I'll switch the site, I'll actually look it up, and then the funniest thing, though, is when you look things up and you realize the feedback they're giving to you is also completely wrong, and you're just like, Okay. Thank you. Really cool. Oh, yeah. Yeah. You make a really good mission, but your player base is too dumb to actually do the mission properly. And then they bitch about it in feedback, and you're like, what do you expect? I've had plenty of ops where I tell my player base, hey, don't do this. My favorite, my favorite was Azariah, when I told him not to fly in a certain zone, otherwise I'd shoot him down with a VLS system. And he did it like 4 times, and I shot him down 2 or 3 times. And then in feedback, in open debrief, he started bitching at me, saying that I turned into a toxic human being and I've really changed as a Zeus. And I'm like, what? Like, what the fuck are you on about? That one was one of my favorites. I'm just like, dude, what? What's going on, buddy? Where's this coming from? This was like 2 years ago. For the Rashman Providence map takeover op from south to north. I remember that. Oh, Tropic, you're from the 212th, buddy. Oh, man. Yeah, the Zeus feedback reports from the 212 back in like 2018. Those were a riot to read sometimes, because it was... Imagine, because like any Star Sim, there's a lot of egos in there. So imagine someone utilizing their ego to try to justify the feedback they're giving you, but it's utter dog shit. Like, as a CC, I should be able to kill everything by myself in the AO, and you made the AO too hard for me. I did have a feedback form like that once. It was annoying, to say the least. All right, let's get these individual Vics crewed. First off, I am going to take some pilots here, put them by the Vic, just to chill as their own little group. There's also been groups where I plan a campaign out for them, and then by the second mission, I just say we're done. Either because their play style is just so... I was gonna say bad, but I'll be nice and say against what I do, or they... The one I hate the most, and this is where I've actually dropped clients for, people that have paid me for stuff. I will literally drop them because I'll give them a mission file. I'll then state, okay, here's this, and this. Can you test this, and this out for me? Is this good? And they go, yeah, no, this is great. And then literally like an hour before the mission, they're like, hey, this is all wrong. And I'm like, I asked you. I sent you the mission literally 3 days ago, and I asked you, is this okay? Is this okay? Is this okay? And I have a 2-strike rule regarding that. First time, I'll drop what I'm doing. I'll fix it. Second time, and then I'll, like, for the next file, I'll give them 5 days. I'll give them much more time. Like, right after we finish that up, if I have a period of 2 hours, I'll make the next mission, I'll send it to them. All right, is this okay? And then they'll usually, again, these fucking types of people, they'll go, yeah, it's fine. And then this time it's 15 minutes before, they go, oh, this is completely wrong. Can you fix it? And I'm like, no! Fuck off! Like, you've had a week. I gave this to you ahead of time. Please. Like, what do you want from me? Saturday up will be for pay and 4 p.m. EST. And we'll do dev work for that after I finish this mission. There's just a few small features I want to make in addition to what I already have going here. But, heartbreaking-wise, though, it always sucks when you have a mission slot that you've been running for a while, but then something else comes up and you have to retire it. That's why I don't Zeus for House Aiden right now, because that Tuesday slot is right in the middle of when Bloodwing gets off of work now. And I have to make dinner. She has to make dinner. So it, like, kind of complicates things. Which sucks, because I do like Zeusing for him. You know, having a week or every other week now where you would go down and do some, like, you know, Star Wars Mandalorian stuff with some guys that aren't actual cringe. No offense to Star Sim, but I've been in multiple Star Sims. I can say they're cringe. But, you know, and I did some really cool concepts with those guys that mixed SCP and sci-fi elements beyond Star Wars and put them in a Star Wars mindset. It was fun as fuck. But I gotta I'm trying to find a new slot for them, but also right now I'm completely swamped. All right, let's take a look at this in the Zeus interface and see what this looks like. Good day from Poland? Nice. How's Poland right now, Quobach? Hope I pronounced that right. And a hydrate command, thank you. Oh, fucking BIA. BIA, Brotherhood in Arms, I would, people that I wanted to punish in TSB, I would make them come and play a BIA op. Oh, that was probably the most effective punishment we ever had in Arma 3. I have no idea. This was like a year and a half ago. I got out because they wanted to dock everyone's pay. But, oh, that was funny. Like, some of the stuff I had to deal with. My favorite story is I was a sniper in one of their, like, 50-person ops. And I was trying to tell the people on the ground and say, hey, you have, like, 3 hostile dudes in front of you because they were PvP slots. So it was like a PvP plus E thing. No, a PvE plus P thing. That's how we say it. So massive, like, 50 people on one side and then 5 on the other. And it's really easy to distinguish a player from an AI after you've played the game for a while. So I'm trying to tell the platoon down on the ground clearing the town, like, hey, you have some of the PvP guys down there. Be careful. And I was trying to tell them their exact position, and then the sergeant or whatever, the guy in charge of the platoon, started yelling at me saying, only send really important information on this net, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, okay, sure. So I watched him go into a building with 2 of the PvP guys in it, and he got annihilated. And I'm like, huh, if only there was someone that could have told you that they were in there, because it started generating a mass cas, like multiple of them were going down. And I was just watching through my sniper scope like, huh, if only. Damn, I guess telling you where the really super bad special forces guys that are a priority threat isn't a priority to tell you. Okay. Have fun, buddy. Finger guns, you know, I just sat up there and watched them die for the rest of the mission, but whatever, if that's what he wants, sure. That was also an op where I brought a few people in from TSB as a punishment too. That was great. But one of my favorite things to do in Arma 3 is God, what's it called? Malicious compliance, where you're trying to tell someone who isn't experienced enough to know what that information means, and they like shoot you down. You're like, okay, and then you just follow what they say, and then yeah. One of my favorites is when someone keeps telling me to suppress a position with my gun, and I go, are you sure? Like, no one's over there. And like, yeah, no, keep firing. So I keep firing, then people start running in front of my gun, and I just hold the trigger down, because I was told to hold my trigger down. I killed like 3 friendlies. And it's like, oops. Whatever. You told me to do it. Because that also averts all the blame, because you have a recording of them telling you to do it after you question them. They're like, okay, sure, I'll do what you say. And that will always get you saved in a ban report. If not, the ban gets significantly reduced. Fun fact, if you're ever playing in the Star Sim community. Ah, joy, oh joy. I'm liking this garrison level. If the spec op things, I'm going to make the treehouse thing a spec op thing, but I put another one right there for the hell of it. But we've got good Overwatch. I'm not going to do the tank. We're instead going to do the car, which, I mean, I can literally just do this. And then, boom, active car, easy. Put these guys, copy paste, boom. Active helicopter, easy. I'm just worried because if he starts driving, he's going to follow this road and drive right into the fucking building. I'm just going to laugh at him. But I kind of want him to stay in that area anyway, so it all works out. I had a period for about a year where, as an inside joke, if I started doing malicious compliance, I would just say good soldiers follow orders. And then I'd usually get half my squad killed because good soldiers follow orders. Never do that. I would never do that in a TSB op. I think I've only ever done it once or twice. I would usually do it in communities that I'm playing on the ground. And I've done it once or twice in the 506, but I did it a lot in Star Sim communities. Because I was just like, all right. I never try to flex the fact that I know a lot of stuff, but I will tell people if their idea is just utterly fucked. One of my favorites actually was a recent TM op from like 2 or 3 months ago, where we were on Fallujah, and we were ordered to dismount our vehicle in the middle of an ambush in the middle of the open ground on the northern side of the town. And I'm like, okay. I stayed in my Vic, and I just watched everyone run up and get killed. And when the squad leader and the team leader died, I assumed command, and I told people to get back in the Vic. I'm like, can you... Let's not be dumb, guys. Let's just take this partially damaged Vic and drive it through the rest of the open area. You know, that seems like a smarter idea. Could be wrong, but, you know, hey, no one else died after we did that, but who the heck knows? But no, one of the biggest gaps I had to get over personally was, still complying with people's orders, even if I didn't 100% agree with the call. Like, not a stupid order like charge through this open field, but hey, we should go this way. And you're like, oh, we really shouldn't, but, you know, I would know it's wrong because either I metagamed, because I understood what was happening, but as a rifleman, I'm not supposed to. Or I thought I saw a better solution. I'd bring it up as a suggestion. They say, no, let's do it this way. And I'm like, all right, fine. Because I used to then, like, run off on my own and do it my way. And I'd 9 out of 10 times be right. But that's still something you don't want to do. You don't want to compromise other people's experiences from the ground, you know? Because that's a bad thing. Took me a little while to get over that one. Get over my own ego in that sense. First, it was the ego of, you know, being a famous YouTuber. That happened in 2017, and then people like, what's that? What's that Sniper Wolf Bill man? Beat the shit out of me until it got out of me. And then it was just some Arma ego things, and now I just try to be chill over anything. But I will still do malicious compliance to people, because it's so fun. Alright, I'm thinking 3 minefields, 1 in between right there. 1 out here. And then 1 over here. And you can honestly just copy and paste those, and it's fine. And then you have these little marker signs, which, you know, if you don't have a map to find the minefields, you wouldn't know, but there's still a little bit of warning. I know some of them play in third person, so it's easier to spot those. But, you know, c'est la vie. Now, next thing I want to do is make some miniature weapon crates, because I'm going to introduce a new feature about this, where if they bring a weapon crate back, it unlocks the item in the arsenal. So in order to do this, we're going to make a few different crates here. Let's see what type of textures I have. Accidentally clicked out. What do I have for ammo crate? I just got to make sure I don't touch a virtual one, because sometimes it spawns with a full arsenal and you're like, no. Just type ammo and see what we have in the full thing. Yeah, thanks, what's that? I appreciate it. What about the time I took charge in the 5... Look, I love the 506. It's because I've got rose-tinted glasses for Jester814, which is he's one of the 2 YouTubers that got me into Arma in the first place. Inspired me to, you know, put my head in, but I really, really hate it how they do squad stuff in the 506, because... That's what made me drop my billet, and I honestly... sometimes I look in there and I feel like I want to go back, but then I rewatch one of my videos and I realize I'm not doing that. As a team leader, I was supposed to work with the other team leader to decide what to do, and the squad leader was just an RTO. It was so painful. Now, apparently, not every squad does that. It's up to the squad leader to decide how he wants to lead the squad, but... oh, man, it was really difficult to juggle the 3 guys with me, work with the other team leader, and coordinate with them, because in my opinion, that's what the squad leader should be doing, is microing what the 2 teams do, and the team leaders just watch over their 4 guys and get the job done. But basically, I was doing what both a squad leader and a team leader would do, as well as reading over chat, and it was just stressful. It was honestly just stressful. Trying to see if I have any, like, good pile of crates textures, but I don't think I do. Because this is just what RHS has, and it's not much. I'm pretty sure these don't have, yeah, custom inventory, so I can't open them. Well, you know, some people really thrive on stuff like that, and good for them. More power to them. Let them let them do the job at that point, but but no, I love watching I think once every 2 weeks I'll find one of the 506 guys streaming. Trooper, McCoy, a few others. And I'll know because I'll have some of those channel points on the bottom right and go, "Oh, I've been here." Yeah. All right, what do I want to potentially add? Let's do the L1A1 and the M80 mags. So it was boxes of 20. I need to check to see that these are all carryable afterwards. So actually, let's reduce that to 15. And magazines, M80. Which also could have been FNFAL. It would have been an easier way to find it, but... Let's see if that's carryable. And I'm going to do this individually so I can just focus on one task at a time. Tropic, what type of community are you looking for? Oh, I love Jester. Fucking, there's a guy fucking bearing 285 fucking coming around that fucking corner. I need to fucking put a 40mm fucking GL in his fucking ass. I love him. I love him. The amount of times that man can drop an F-bomb in a sentence. I absolutely love him for that. That is one of my favorite things about him. Too heavy. Too heavy. Oh, because you actually don't have a lot of inventory room. Let's try shrinking. Where did your mag... What? Whoa, 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 whoa. Where'd your mags go? Wait a minute. Think of the children. Let's give him a warm welcome, shall we? You have mags. Wait, but what? I've already used these kits. What? Why is there 40 Mike? Yes. What's that? Hates that term. I love that term. Revolvers only. Ay, ay, ay. Realism, but not toxic realism. Ah. You'd be better off finding a unicorn. Every community has a toxicity element. Whether it be elitism or really hard to get in and very punishing for new people. You're always going to find that. That's just human nature, because communities are literally just humans in a community. And anyone that tells you they don't have it is fucking wrong. Yeah, okay, so you have 4 mags. So is it because I took the AKs, or excuse me, the L81s out? Yeah, so they all have ammo. Fucking giving me a heart attack, Habib. God damn it. Don't look at me like that. Fucking hiding mags up his ass. I don't appreciate it when they give me false positives. See, there's another mod I like to use that has a different interface than Control-Shift-I and 3DIN, which actually shows you the amount of inventory room you have left in the container. I loved that mod. I don't always use it, though. Yeah, synchronized what the fuck. Exactly. Really, it's a matter of going through a few different realism communities and just finding one you like. So, like 506, 77 JSOC, First MEU, there's plenty out there that are big. You just have to find one that, you know. you enjoy. There goes, what's that complaining about me again? Making me blush. Ah, boop. I love this thing. Because you just put it in your backpack and it's another weapon to utilize. Alright, carry. Fuck you. Drac. Fuck you. That is a really low textured M79. Hey, look at this. What? 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 But... I hate this game. I hate this game. Okay, well... Now that we've established that this game is bonkers. I'm just gonna start taking things out individually and seeing where the frickin' balance is, and yeah, it's just features. I don't know. Yeah, so I like that too. We have oh god, what's that? No, don't. I love grooming standards and realism communities too. That's a really funny meme. But what I really hate about some communities is the China it was lamb suppression, as some people said in chat. But what I really hate about some communities is when they have dual clanning rules, like, oh, if you're a part of this community, you can't join another community like XYZ, and it's like, are you really trying to police what some people do on the internet? Like. Really? If you have good operations... Okay, so you can drag this crate. Which I will settle for. It just means I have to have it at, like, a first story thing. But if I take out 5 mags... Can I then carry? No. But I can drag. Woo! What are we shooting at? What are we shooting at? I'm just dragging a crate! What? Like, I get it for Lamb's AI since I was shooting my gun, but... No, I just RC'd an Op4 unit! What? What is this? It's a clip. Yeah, that's what it fucking is. My god. What'd I do? Okay. Okay. I'm confused. Here's what I'm gonna do. We're gonna make it individual because I can't be bothered anymore because this is just dumb. I pick up crate, I get shot. It's what is this shit? Alright, then give me this, and then I'm gonna load that with fucking FNFAL mags, and they have to find both individually. Just... Jesus, you know? Like, my god. I'm confused. Alright, the other rifle we have is the polymer, so... We're just gonna make a bunch of them, and I'll pick whatever I want. Because I'm just brain dead at this point. Like, what the fuck just happened? Clearly, I was stealing valuable military equipment. Yep, that had to have been it. Because of course it was. How silly of me. I'm sorry, I'm just... After that, I'm just like, why do I do this anymore? Let me quickly test these before the AI decide I'm another bad guy and shoot me to death or something. Oh, man. I have nothing to say regarding what's happened. I just want to make sure I can pick up these fucking crates and move on with my life. And yes, one of the things I like to chill with is the Tasmanian Tiger OST. I prefer number 1 compared to 2. But both have their merits. Alright, you're the squad leader, which means you won't get shot, right? You're in charge. Alright, I can pick that crate up. Cool. 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 Anyone pissy? No? Excellent. That's how the game's supposed to work. I pick up crate and no one shoots me. That's a win in my book. Alright, now we're gonna put these around. So launchers, I'm gonna put up here. Basic ammo, I'm gonna put in the main building. And then the special weapon. I miscopied a crate. That's fine. We're gonna hide these. The only way to get the special guns is to go up to Fort Kickass. And then when they yell at me and go, why would you store weapons in a tree fort? I'm gonna go, well, you see, what's more secure? Weapons on the ground where the enemy would go and clear out, or weapons hidden away in a tree fort that the enemy might not go up to? Follow me for more top-tier plays. Fuck's sake. Follow me for more tips and tricks about where to store your fucking guns. Oh my god. Let's see. Do I have anything written in the general? No. Nothing in the briefing tab. I'll give them the brief. All right. Is everything good? Everything up to snuff that I want? As much as I enjoy drama, let's not specifically name shame anyone what's that, because I don't want to bring in that crowd of people. Don't get me wrong, I've got plenty with people, especially that one, but I know, but let's not even bring them up. That's my point. All right, so a little bit of weaponry in here from last time. A little bit of weaponry in there. It's the same copy. The arsenals work. I'm going to change the time of day to be a little bit different. Yeah. Let me give one last look over in the Zeus interface, make sure all the garrisons are good. I would bet 20 bucks that I'm going to hear random explosions when I put the patrols down because the AI are going to run into the minefields going, oh, explosions. And kill themselves over it, but, you know, it'll work out. And then this base, it's if they want to go and get vehicles, maybe even steal the helicopter. I think they're going to have more of that group, though. That I need to drag into the garrison. Actually, all of those guys could be put in because they're all part of it. But I think everything here, yeah, other than that 2-man, because I want to keep them separate. All right, cool. Audit your missions, finger guns. All right, save, export. Let's write something up. But not in there, I'll copy it in there. Environment, let's make it a little more later in the day. Because this is going to be a dynamic day-night thing. So a few hours of them chilling. General, you... See, I have a team of 3. No. Ooh, yes, and I need, no, we're not going to use the meme picture of a drum. Get me some weird CIA picture of them working in the jungle. Let's see what the internet can find. Awesome. Oh, that looks so fake. Can we do something better? Not really. Yeah, sure, let's do that. It's a... I'm gonna have to trim it. Okay, snip. You'll see what I'm working on in a second. It's just little layers of detail. tab about MTFs. Let's verify that it worked. A little spook picture. Should really update my description extension to have mission names in it, because for whatever reason I can't edit that function anymore. I think 3 didn't update it and moved it somewhere else, and I just haven't found it yet because I haven't been bothered to. No, we're not using Omni-Man again. We had Omni-Man's ass for the fucking the time-traveling portal rift, and that's all we needed it for. That's all we needed it for. Easy as that. All right, that mission's done.
Let's give him a warm.
So now we're gonna dev something for Pay for Pain. So I'm gonna go ahead. Here's what we'll do. I'm gonna run a small commercial break thingamajig. And switch my mod set out. Verify that I have an MP mission in my folder. Cool. Alt F4 Arma. Now we have to import the proper mod set here. God damn it. I just realized the mod set we're using doesn't have Hibontis on it, and I was going to mention to people you need to add Liru's add-ons. I can DM people and mention that. I'll put that up as a PSA thing in the ARM announcement section as well. But, okay, that's fine. I can correct that. It's not too late. So that with... I can just load Hibontis for now, and then DLC, Glob Mob. And that should be good. Alright, let's get the menu up. And work on some more custom compositions. Take pre-orders. Yada-da. Okay, and the map command is Fontis Training Grounds. I'm going to switch the music up. What should I do? I do fonts, but fonts gets copyrighted on Twitch now for whatever stupid reason. And the reason I'm tabbed out is because this mod set does take a hot second to boot. Fuck it, what do you... Yeah, I'll keep it, Ty. Even though it has no reason to be in this theme. I still like this song, though. So M2 Fonts is the credit song for Mass Effect 1. And it's not supposed to be copyrighted, but Twitch, for whatever reason, started copyrighting it. And I just don't want to deal with Twitch's copyright strike system because it's even worse than YouTube's. So, you know, just minimize random BS that can happen to you, so... I don't trust Twitch at all, period, you know? I mean, Twitch is funny. YouTube, even though they have some really unfair policies in YouTube, the manual review that they do won't ever result in you getting, like, a ban off of YouTube. Because they'll actually listen to your case if something's complete bullshit. Twitch. Twitch will just keep you fucking banned. That's why the hate raids are so bad, apparently. It's because people are complaining about them after the automated policy system bans people off of Twitch. And then YouTube lets, like, or excuse me, Twitch lets all of the fucking bans stay up because it's like, well, technically it happened, so fuck you. Oh my god. It's great. It's fucking great. I don't know. Being a YouTuber, Twitch streamer is funny. Being an Arma, Zeus, and Mission Maker and player is funny. And running communities are funny. And it's all just a crazy fucking mess that I live in. And I rock it in my underwear. And since my green robe is in the laundry, I'm wearing my white one. It's my backup Zeusian robe. Fun stuff. Now let's find out if I looped the music properly. I looped it properly. Look at that. All right, so I need ideas. What are some memes that we run on the channel that we could convert into IEDs? Or I can just make the small-scale airborne monstrosity that I need to make. Literally a glass cannon. That is not what I clicked, game. Very cool. I need to check if I can actually make goats in the Eden editor. I think I can because we have the right mods, but I still have to check. I'm not making Omni-Man. That would require a texture. And it's... no. Because then I have to make everyone download a custom mod for it. I don't want to. Well, the real Zeus just banes everything and then gets his wife mad at him. Like... Still kind of casual. A feather. Goat cult. Let me see if we can spawn goats. Give me a second. I'm almost going to cut the recording.